Hi, welcome to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jen and I'm delighted to meet you. I've been on a carnivore diet for the last year and a half, and while it's been incredibly healing for me, I've decided to try adding a few carbs to help stabilize my blood sugar, which has generally been running a little too low and causing me some issues that I believe have led specifically to poor sleep and weight gain. Here's a look at what I eat in a day, a typical day since making these changes. For each food item, I'll share the recipe, and at the end, I'll share the exact macros for the day. I've also been wearing a continuous glucose monitor to help me figure out exactly what foods are best for regulating my blood sugar, so I will share my glucose chart for the day at the end of the video. It's first thing in the morning. I literally just got out of bed, and the first thing I do now every day is I make myself a cup of hot lemon water for a couple reasons. One is, oh, it's bright in here. One is I got in the habit where I was just immediately drinking coffee first thing in the morning, or else I was drinking nothing for like an hour and then drinking coffee. I don't think that's good. So I want to start my day with water. And also, supposedly the lemon in the water is good for your liver, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to microwave some water. Yes, microwave a cup of water for a minute and a half, and then put a little tiny smidge of lemon and then just woke up. Sip on that until that's gone, and then in a little bit I'll have some coffee. Just a little teeny smidge of lemon, like that much. It's not that tasty, but it's warm and kind of nice. It's something I can do every day without like hating my life. It's fine. I did my due diligence with the lemon water, and so now I feel like I can have some coffee, and this is how I've been making it and loving it lately. I've been using this cheap decaf coffee from Amazon. I just make it in the Keurig, not that fancy. I put a little cream in there, and I actually do measure it out because I've been tracking my food really closely and trying to capture exactly what I ingest so I can get all these experiments right with my blood sugar and stuff. So that's 2 servings, 30 mils, 2 tablespoons. And then my little secret is this tiny little bit of cinnamon. It's organic cinnamon from Sprouts that I buy from the bulk bins, and it's so good. It really transforms the coffee, and I look forward to it every day. On days like today when I don't have to work, I really like to take my coffee and just go for a walk for 30 to 60 minutes when the sun's kind of first coming up, and right now it's nice and cool out, which is really nice. Normally I bring Lucy, my dog, but I recently hurt my ankle because of her actually, and so it's all I can do to just walk and hold this camera for reals. So no walks for Lucy for a little bit, but we'll get back to that eventually. I mostly drink plain water throughout the day, but I usually have 1 or 2 flavored sparkling waters each day too. My favorite is this orange LaCroix. It is time for lunch, and this might be where I lose some of my carnivore friends, but this is what I've been doing lately, and it seems to be working for me. So I have 6 ounces of leftover chuck roast here that I cooked a couple days ago. I cooked a whole chuck roast, slow cooked it, so it's really delicious and tender and fatty, and I love that. And then I have green beans. This is literally just canned green beans, the whole entire can. I just dump it in a bowl, warm it up, and eat it. And I don't necessarily expect that these green beans are providing a whole bunch of nutrition for me, but I do think there's some value in it taking up some of the space. It makes me feel fuller, so I only eat 6 ounces of meat instead of a pound of meat. And I have mixed feelings about that, honestly. I don't want to get in this place where I'm like, let me limit my healthy food to lose weight, but I can just easily eat 2, 3, 4 pounds of meat a day. Easy. I don't feel like I'm overeating even. And so I guess at this point, I still need to feel a little bit more full. And so green beans seem to help me do that. Once I did a bunch of grilled onions and mushrooms and some special spices in there and all that. And it was good, but it was a lot of work, a lot of prep. I don't think there's a lot of nutritional value in that. And so the green bean thing is just easier. So most days lately I have been eating green beans. And then I actually have what could be considered a little dessert, which is some Jell-O. This actually is very carnivore friendly. It's made with beef gelatin and Element, the electrolyte, and then water. So this is a really nice cold treat to finish it off with. And like I mentioned in the intro, I will be sharing all of the recipes and macros and all my blood sugar details for the day. So you will either be seeing that on the screen right now or here in just a moment. One thing that I've been doing a lot more of since changing my diet a little bit is eating a little bit more frequently. So I guess you could say what I'm about to have is kind of a mid-afternoon snack. Now I know a lot of people say don't do that because it'll increase your insulin and blah, blah, blah. But the problem I'm having is that my blood sugars are getting too low. So I'm trying to stabilize my blood sugars. And what I'm having is my new favorite thing. It is so decadent and delicious, but yet still really healthy. So it looks like ice cream, okay? It basically is like ice cream. Now it's a little waterier today, so it's more like a shake today, but sometimes I use a little more ice in it. I literally just eat it with a spoon, like thick ice cream. But this is made of raw milk, Equip Prime Protein chocolate, and half an avocado and some ice. So the avocado, of course, is not carnivore, but I would consider that a healthy, I guess it's a fruit, a healthy plant to eat. And it's pretty high in good healthy fats, but it really helps thicken up the shake. And I also learned that it really, really helps stabilize my blood sugar. When I had this with, oh, I have the chocolate on my arm, nice. When I had this the very first time, I just did the raw milk and the protein and the ice, and it was, it was delicious, but it made my blood sugar go up quite a bit, about 35 points, I want to say, if I remember correctly. But ever since I've been adding the avocado, it maybe goes up 10, 15. So it's nice and stable, and it's a snack that I really look forward to, so highly recommend. And here is dinner. Just kidding. This is for Lucy, and she is clearly very excited about her raw chicken legs. And then this is chicken liver pate. She's never had it, but I'm pretty sure she's gonna love it. Yep, first thing she goes for. I am actually having chili, which is mostly beef, but there is seasoning and then tomato sauce or I guess tomato paste and diced tomatoes, and I put some onions in there. And then yogurt. This is Greek yogurt with a little cinnamon and some berries, basically strawberries and blueberries, and a little bit of almonds as well. So this is quite a bit of carbs with dinner, but I find that if I eat more carbs, I feel a whole lot better for sleeping and keeping my blood sugar up during the night. So those are all my meals for the day. Here are my macros. I'll share them on the screen here so you can see exactly how many calories I ate today, how much protein, carbs, and fat. And typically I try to keep carbs between about 30 and 50 grams, which mostly comes from dairy, actually, most days. It comes from raw milk, my favorite thing, and then sometimes yogurt or cottage cheese. Sometimes a little bit of regular cheese as well, depending on what I'm eating. And then I do often get a little bit from some veggies, usually green beans, and a little bit of fruit. So sometimes in my yogurt or cottage cheese, I'll put blueberries, or this is kind of a mixed berry thing. Sometimes I even do a little bit of pineapple. I know that a lot of these food items are a little controversial in our space, but this is what I've been doing that's been making me feel pretty good. And so for now, I'm going to keep doing it. And here is what my blood sugar did for the day. You can see that it stayed pretty darn stable between about 70 and 85 all day long, and then bumped up to about 100 with my higher carb dinner. Overall, this is exactly where I'd like to be, and it seems to keep me from dropping too low overnight. I hope you found this helpful. If so, let me know in the comments, and I'd love it if you'd like and subscribe. And catch me on Instagram where we can connect even more often.